YouTubers, Electric Adventures here with another Sega SG-1000 SC-3000 video. I'm just going through some of the games that are not on, not on other systems and things like that. Now, this is the version of Zaxxon for the SG-1000, and it's not the same as the Coleco version. Interestingly enough, the MSX got a version that's identical to the Coleco version, but it also got this version, now released by two different, well, one was released by Sega and the other one was released by, I think Philips is the, like the Coleco one. Same conversion, but this is a different. So 1985, and it has a little bit more detail than the Coleco port. Now once again, original hardware, so the colours will appear darker than they do with people playing under emulation, and of course not on, and also not on real hardware. So the scrolling is jerky, but it gets a fair bit of detail. No difficulty level to select like the Coleco game, so you just straight into. But it's using a lot more colour. The Coleco one is of course brighter. You need to get the fuel ones to get to keep your fuel up. And as I said, not much of a challenge yet. Nothing coming out of those silos. Still staying away from them just in case. And we're fairly easily able to destroy most things. You can go around that wall. And we either need to go back and forth or up and down. So we've got through that and we've destroyed most things. That was close. There's actually a couple more fuel tanks there. Now we have the space section. We have an actual end. Yep, sorry, I haven't actually played this for a little while. So it is. So we actually have this transition. So as we get that beat when one of the ships is lined up. Oh, and that is fuel. We are running a little low on fuel, so you chew through it. So yeah, it sort of splits it up into different sections. Now we get our next part. We need to get down there and get some fuel quick smart. So both the Coleco version and this one do very well, considering, there we go, we're actually getting some things launching out of the things. Now we have a nice force field, so we need to make sure we're high enough and not too high, so shooting is the best way to keep that fuel up. Oops, I crashed into one of those. You get a good explosion when you die too. Wonder whether it'll knock us back too. Okay. Oh. That was a bit not generous with the collision detection. Oh, it knocks us back even further as well. That's interesting. So that's not a bad way of doing the difficulty, that when you die, it knocks you back a little bit, so you've got a chance to get back into the game. I've got 10,000. I don't know if we've got an extra life and we've already used it up with my little trying to grab a little bit extra last minute fuel there. Okay, so we transition out. I'm going to do the space bit again. Ooh, got some UFOs. That's that fuel again. Oh, and they got me. So as you can see already from that quick gameplay, it already has a few more elements than the original ColecoVision. Now there's a super game version of Zaxxon for the Adam, which has more memory and things like that, and that has more detail in it and more to the boss battle at the end. But it still is quite different to this one. So we'll give it another go and see if I can get a little bit further. There's even a little bit of intro music, so you know they're definitely different takes on the same game, but with similar hardware. So the SG-1000, SC-3000 have exactly the same video processor and sound chip. Obviously, the circuitry on the original SG-1000 does display the colours a lot darker. Trying to destroy as much as possible. Need to get all those fuel tanks. Okay, off for our space bit. Oh, actually got fuel that time. Other than the beep, it is a little hard to tell what level the ships are on. I still used a fair bit of fuel even though I hit that fuel. Right. Space. And I said I probably haven't played it enough to tell you whether or not you actually get to meet Zaxxon, which is why I wanted to have another go to see if I can get that a little bit further. Zaxxon was actually one of those arcade games that I always used to enjoy putting a coin into at the local arcade, and there was one machine around here, and I have been to a arcade pinball party where somebody had a Zaxxon machine. I'm not 100% sure whether that person still has the Zaxxon machine. But it was actually really cool playing that again. I'm not 100% sure, and I believe I may actually have a non-working Zaxxon board, arcade board. Ooh, I managed to sneak in that other one without getting killed. Right. So we have that extra little bit of fuel. Now let's try not to lose all our lives in this section. I got the fuel this time. Now these UFOs are much more into getting to the same level. Oh, so they can shoot me. I managed to do it. I think, yeah, I mean, the original arcade game, I'm sure you were supposed to shoot a certain number of them too. And if you do, that's what triggered the Zaxxon boss. I'm not sure. It's been such a long time since I played the arcade game. Okay. I expect a lot more things to shoot at me this time, so maybe get them before they get me, I think is the strategy. And watch those rocket launch things. So, similar pattern. Their alignment right. So obviously it's repeating the same base layouts. I just want to see if we can, see if there is a Zaxxon boss in this one. Ooh, we have a difference. We've reached maybe the base. Okay. Interesting how it's got the duck tunnel effect. So once again, against the base. Their alignment right. Right, doesn't seem to be anything on. Oh, didn't think there was anything on the ground there for a minute. Oh, this is a different pattern. Alright, we managed to do the rocket, but we didn't manage to kill Zaxxon, I don't think. And whether I was hitting him in the right... Oh! Yeah! There we go! So it does have the Zaxxon boss. And we managed to shoot his missile. And around we go. Now, does it get harder? I would assume so. Oh, he did it. Ooh, get back a bit. So stay away from those rocket launch silos, I reckon. As much as is possible. the rocket, the things are launching out of the silos a lot more. But they're doing it pretty late, so that's not really going to hurt us, is it? Almost got 30,000. Better go down straight away for that. Right, next flight section. Nope. Yeah, it's going to be these space sections that get me. I missed the fuel, but we still have plenty of fuel, so we're doing alright. Alright. So possibly, you know, this version, I mean, one, don't get me wrong. Whoops, oh, how did that, was that hit in the wall? But anyway, I was talking anyway. So this version, I mean, don't get me wrong, back in the day, would have absolutely loved to play it. Probably wouldn't have liked it as much as some of the other games, because it doesn't have quite as much variety as other games. Same as the original Coleco version of Zaxxon. It was fantastic and fun to play, but it just lacked a bit of depth, because they, you know, because of ROM space and cartridges, they and time of when they're releasing them, they cut some of the games back. And it wasn't until they had the Super Game versions for the Adam that they pretty much finish off the rest of the gameplay. So this one has a little bit more gameplay than that one, but doesn't quite have as much variety in the levels, I don't think. But anyway, it was good fun. I managed to get over 30,000, not too bad. I hope you're enjoying this videos on the SG-1000 and SC-3000 games. I'm Electric Adventures. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.